down here, and we have some photos. And if you brought any photos of any loved ones or people or animals, anybody that you want to remember, this would be a good time to bring them down. You can put your photos here now if you haven't already. And then we're going to do a ritual a little bit later in the service to remember everybody by. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So welcome, friends and animal friends, to the Emerson Unitarian Universalist Congregation. I'm Jeffrey Jacoby, and I'm a member of the story troupe, the choir, the musicians of Emerson. I'm a ministry associate and part of the worship team, which is why I am your worship associate today. We are so glad you're here. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your life journey, you are welcome here. Whomever you love, wherever you were born, whatever language you speak, you are welcome here. Whatever your skin color, whatever your class, background, whatever your range of abilities, you are welcome here. We are so glad that you chose our congregation as your place of worship this morning. We come together for worship in order to slow down and listen for the callings of our hearts, our spirits. For everyone here in person, you're invited to join us for social time following the service for light refreshments in our 2 fellowship halls. Yes, that's right. We have so much fellowship after our services. We need 2 fellowship halls. One is downstairs right behind the sanctuary. You can get there down this hallway. And the other is set aside for family-friendly fellowship and snacks, and it's upstairs in room 214. You can reach it by the back stairs, or there's also an elevator. Which is very slow, that is very true. But it'll get you there eventually, you just have to be patient. After fellowship time, please join us for religious exploration for all ages and small group activities as listed on the back of your order of service. Just look on the back there, there's always a bunch of stuff to explore after the service, after fellowship time. And we look forward to seeing you in whatever group you decide to join us with. And it's very good to be together with you this morning. And now for our chalice lighting. Harley Barron will join us as we light our chalice. Thank you so much, Harley. Each Sunday, we pause to light our chalice as a symbol of Unitarian Universalism and our commitment to be a beacon of love in the world. It reminds us that our faith is of compassion and courageous action, and that we must bring the healing and hope we find here into the wider world so that we can bring the same to others. Thank you, Harley. And for today's service, we have paper for you to put the names of who you wish to remember today. Later, we'll invite you to come up and place them on the altar. And if you need some papers at this time, please raise your hand. The greeters have them at the front. Does anybody need any paper? Or maybe everybody got some on the way in? Oh, okay, you need some down here. A few more people needed some in the front here. And now, in the spirit of love and the beloved community, let's greet and welcome each other to this new day as we share our congregational affirmation, we need not think alike to love alike. For those in the sanctuary, please feel free to move around to offer greetings, and for those online, please use the chat to introduce yourself. Yeah, it's quite a few. Whole lot of greeting going on. That's always a good thing. Lots of people to greet. Oh, good. More pictures. Great. Thank you, Ginny. On this first Sunday of November, and at a time of year when our Christian forebears recognize the tradition of All Souls Day, I offer these opening words by Unitarian Universalist minister Max Kutz. When love is felt or fear is known, when holidays and holy days and such times come, when anniversaries arrive by calendar or consciousness, when seasons come as seasons do, old and known, but somehow new, when lives are born or people die, when something sacred sensed in soil or sky, mark the time. Respond with thought or prayer or smile or grief. Let nothing living slip between the fingers of the mind, for all of these are holy things we will not, cannot find again. And now, in celebration, let's sing our opening hymn. So please rise in body or voice as we join together in song for hymn number 128, For All That Is Our Life.
Hello, my name is Reverend Christina Branum-Martin. It is so good to be with you today. And I'm just so surprised you didn't have your brain reading skills to know what the next hymn's lyric was. I know that I've been singing these hymns since I was a child, and it's always a good reminder that I don't remember them all. So thank you for carrying the tune while we figured out what we were singing together.
There was nothing on the screen?
We just hadn't switched to the next one yet. Yes. Daylight savings, yes. Harley, would you help me with the stones this morning? We've come to the time where we recognize the things that we carry in our heart, which really, in a sense, is this whole service. But we also share our joys and our sorrows and our concerns together in community. And it looks as if our book is really, really full, so you can help us with lots of stones, okay, Harley? The first stone that we put in every week is in honor of the Cherokee and the Muskogee nations of the indigenous peoples whose land we are living on. And the second stone we put each week is in memory of those who were wrongly enslaved and labored on this land. And a third big, heavy stone that we put in every week is in honor and remembrance of those who are hurting in current conflicts across the globe. I got an email this morning from Ginger Husingfeld. She said it has been a joy to share this past week some time in the Yucatan with fellow Emersonians. But yesterday she fell and broke her femur. Monday they will do surgery, and the doctors agree that I shouldn't travel for at least a month, so hopefully I'll be attending the services online. She said she's getting lots of practice speaking Spanish, and the doctors and the nurses are really wonderful. And fortunately, she has a big support system here with longtime friends. We wish you healing, Ginger, if you're watching this morning. Another is from Raven Sailors. Angela and I embarked on a new journey together by getting married yesterday. Wow! They share that they both have faced the challenge of not having truly supportive families, and it means the world to share our special moment in a space that radiates warmth and safety and inclusivity, especially in today's complex societal landscape. Congratulations. Woohoo! Another from Ann Askew. Please send prayers and healing thoughts our way. I am currently facing health challenges, and I am grateful for the love and support of the Emerson community. And if you would like a way to reach out to Ann, we have a phone number and an email that we will have in the office, and it's also in Realm. Now, there are tons in our book, too. Here's another one, Harley. Bruce King, a joy to have Clara Douglas and Clark Thomas at the piano for this morning's music service. C. Fambro has a joy to become a coach for the speed skating and starting a team at Sparkles in Hiram. We start on November 11th, and to say I'm excited is an understatement. We need to put a stone in for a joy that Julie Mixon celebrated their 29th birthday yesterday. Nikki Fambro has a sorrow. Please keep my parents and my uncle's family in your thoughts. My Uncle Jerry passed away yesterday evening. My dad is very close to the end of his own life and in hospice care. Oh, sorry, Nikki. Annabelle shares a joy that our puppy, Tuxedo, Max, turned 1 year old yesterday. Oh, wow. And we have another joy from Tori Boyette. My son married his soulmate, Carly, last Saturday. Wow. Would you put one last stone, Harley, in for all the things that have not been shared yet? Sometimes things are too personal, too heavy. Sometimes we just don't even have the words to describe what we're carrying. And when they're ready to be shared, we're here. Thank you.
The offering that we take each Sunday isn't just a stale habit. It's an opportunity to recommit to this place and to this people. Our offering is an affirmation, a yes. When we give, we say yes to something we value. With our gifts freely given, we may say yes to the values of our faith. Our offerings help us practice Unitarian Universalism within and beyond our congregation as tools to bring more love to the world. Each week, our offering is equally shared between our congregation and our partner organization. This month, we are partnering with El Refugio. El Refugio accompanies immigrants at Stewart Detention Center and their loved ones through hospitality, visitation, support, and advocacy. They envision a world without immigrant detention. Choosing love over fear, El Refugio stands in solidarity with those directly and indirectly affected by immigration, detention, and deportation. Our work is grounded in the ethics and values of nonviolence. For those in the sanctuary, as the basket is passed, please feel free to offer a donation or see in your order of service other ways to give. For those online, go to emersonuu.org and select the Giving tab to donate. And for the children and the adults among us, there are lollipops in the basket too. We thank you very much for your generosity.
Good morning. It is so nice to see such a full house this morning. But can I have the young and the young at heart come join us up here for our story? Wow, look at everybody who's here today. This is exciting. Come scooch closer, scooch way up here so we can get everybody in. We've still got people coming. Wow. All right. Miss Judy is our storyteller today.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to read a story about a girl who doesn't like to draw, and I wonder if any of you do like to draw. Anybody like to draw, color, anything like that? Okay, well, let's see what happens with the little girl in this book who doesn't like to draw. It's called The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. "There." Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted a red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow, she discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting, lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle. And then she said, "Sign it." Now, what do you think that you could make from a dot? Anybody have any ideas of what could you make?
A big dot.
A big dot. How about you? A sun. That would be a good one. How about you? A dinosaur. That would be a good thing to make from a dot. How about you? Butterfly. A butterfly? Snowman. That's another one. Yeah. Well, we have a lot of good ideas. Would anybody like to see what I made from a dot? Because I put some slides up there. I want to see if you can guess what I'm making. So can you put the first dot picture up there? The one that's just the circle? Comes after all these? I don't know if that's going to work. There it is. There's my little dot. And then, anybody have any idea what it is? What do you think?
It's a polka dot.
It's a polka dot. Let's see what happens with the next one. Okay.
Oh, maybe a butterfly.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is? You think it's a
I'm
pig?
sorry, I messed it up.
That's okay. Go ahead. Let's see the next picture.
about an olive?
All of these are dots. I'm making bigger dots and bigger dots and bigger dots. Somebody said, what do you think?
A frisbee.
A frisbee. That's a good one. What do you think? A black hole. That's imaginative. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's do the next one. This will probably give it away. Does that give it away? What do you think? What do you think? A button. That's a very good guess, yes. Okay, next one. Oh, still dots. All these are dots. And then when I made the rest of it, I had to change from dots to other things. Can we go to the next one? Oh. What do you think? It's a pig. That's right. That's right. And then we've got one more, because what do I need to do? Sign it. Okay.
All right, so we have a challenge for you. When you go home tonight, if you draw a dot picture, I will put them up in our hallway, and we will have our own dot gallery. But before you turn it in to me, what do you have to do? Sign it. Yes, all right?
Or you could do a squiggle.
Or you can do a squiggle.
This is my pig. I had my granddaughter make me a swirly golden frame.
Nice. All right.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you have next week in the hallway.
Okay, so just a reminder, anyone who's 7 years old and younger, meet me in the back of the sanctuary, and I'll take you over for playtime. And shall we sing our song of dedication? All right, and the words are on the back of your order of service.
What a great story. Thank you so much, Judy, for sharing that, and especially your pig. Each week when we come together, we also take time for prayer and meditation, a time when we quiet our mind and our bodies, and we feel supported by the chair, the earth, and each other. And we gather together today to remember those persons who we have loved and lost, those that inspired us, cared for us, and journeyed with us. And in preparation for our ritual to come in a little bit, I will share The Blessing for the Brokenhearted by Jan Richardson. She wrote this in reflection of a short and bold statement by Henry David Thoreau, a Unitarian forebear of ours. He wrote, "There is no remedy for love, but to love more." Let us agree for now that we will not say the breaking makes us stronger, or that it is better to have this pain than to have none. Let us promise that we will not tell ourselves time will heal the wound, when every day our waking opens it anew. Perhaps for now it can be enough to simply marvel at the mystery of how a heart that can feel so broken can go on beating, as if it were made precisely for this, as if it knows the only cure for love is more of it, as if it sees the heart's sole remedy for breaking is to love still, as if it trusts that its own persistent pulse is the rhythm of the blessing. We cannot fathom, but we will be saved by love, nonetheless. In a moment, we'll take the time to say aloud father or mother or the names of family or friends that have shared your lives and love in your life. And it is right to remember these names in community. It is holy music to bring our voices together and to let them overlap with the many, many names of those who loved us into being in our lives in this sacred space. So I invite you now, if you feel so comfortable, to share the name out loud of the person or persons who you bring into this space today. I'll start with the name of my mother, Lisa Cameron Thayer, and my grandmother, Lola Balke. May we share our names aloud now. Join me. Great-grandmother, Mama Balke, Uncle George, Thelma, Saul. These are the names that we walk with. These are the names of the people who carry us into our daily lives. We hold these names and these people in our hearts and in loving community. May the memories of them comfort and encourage us now and always. This is our prayer. Our prayer is that we collectively join together, walk day by day into the future, knowing that we are held and carried by these people. We're going to show a video today that is by a singer and songwriter, Isaiah Barnwell, and some of you might recognize her as one of the founding members of Sweet Honey in the Rock. And she is a member of All Souls Unitarian Universalist congregation in Washington, D.C., and helped put together this beautiful video with one of her songs that we sing often with the choir, who are off today. And the song is titled, We Are.
For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Oh, for each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Oh, for each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth, keepers of faith, makers of peace, and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth and keepers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are our grandmother's mother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are one.
I'm always moved to think that the people who loved me into being, be it grandparents, teachers, a beloved neighbor, an uncle, these people I carry with me, and I am hopefully fulfilling the dreams they had for me. At this time of year, we are reminded so much of the changes all around us. I brought changing leaves from the neighborhood park this morning with colors of oranges and reds and yellows and fading green. The warmer weather has turned a little bit chilly. I actually wore a sweater last week. And who got an extra hour of sleep this morning? Yay. And some of you might have actually dressed up for Halloween this weekend. Who dressed up for Halloween? I did, and a whole bunch of us did, yeah. Well, Halloween started from what was called All Hallows Eve. And Halloween itself has a blended history that stems originally from the pagan traditions that were then borrowed and changed, and some would say co-opted by Christianity. And it was turned into All Souls Day, which was introduced in the year 609. And All Souls Day was held on November 1st, and then later was added November 2nd for All Saints Day, was November 1st, and All Souls Day was November 2nd. These days were set aside for honoring the saints and also for praying for those who were recently departed. And those at the time the prayers were necessary so that they could enter heaven. So there was a need for the community to be involved in the process. And this process was called All Souling. It involved baking cakes and sharing with groups of children and poor persons who came door to door on behalf of those souls who were suffering in purgatory. And this was thought to be the origin of trick-or-treating. What an interesting and strange history. But part of this season, too, was the festival of the change of the seasons and the festival of harvest and the pagan festivals for the dead, and particularly the Celtic festival known as Samhain. Samhain marked the end of the harvest season, and there was a time for preparing for the colder and darker days of winter ahead. And it was a time when it was believed that the other world opened its doors, and the souls living there could come and revisit their homes. Friendly spirits were welcomed by family and friends with feasts of food and drink and candlelight, and there was a special place for them set at the table. And those harmful or evil spirits that came in through the doors, so believed, that weren't so welcome, the children would dress up in disguise and try to make the evil spirits go away. Thus is believed to be the beginning of Halloween costumes. Well, we as Unitarian Universalists In our tradition, we recognize Christianity and earth-based traditions as some of our sources of faith. And with Halloween and Samhain and this fall season's rich history, we come together not only to celebrate the saints, but also the souls. And it seems fitting to honor both this morning. We can consider those to be saints, those people in our lives who have exemplified our highest ideals. And perhaps some of those people in their best moments who have held up the best of human nature. We can also consider those souls that we have lost, the persons we have known and loved and admired, and those who have died, those persons whose intellect and kindness continue to influence our lives, and the persons who live on in our memories, in our hearts, and still through their contributions in society. Unitarian Universalist minister Reverend Terry Davis writes that saints and souls are not terms usually held and spoken about in Unitarian Universalism, as we are likely to have different understandings of them. Yet, we might all agree that our references to be held deeply in our hearts about sainthood and soulhood can be shared amongst us. We can ascribe to saints a certain degree of holiness, or at least a large degree of specialness, because saints may be understood as persons nearer or closer to God, some might say. And for others, saints might be a person more able than the rest of us to live a virtue-centered life. She also says, in addition to honoring saints today in recognition of All Hallows' Eve, it's about remembering souls, those persons who we have lost and who we know we have a special connection with, that death itself is an unavoidable part of life. Unitarian Universalism holds that we and our religious traditions are optimists, that we believe that love conquers death. I know for myself, I have lost and I feel pain over that loss, but it is holding on to the memories and cherishing them that helps me lessen my pain. I see beautiful pictures that there were so many this year that we even have some that are in front of the table. So when you come up, be careful and also see them. Maybe before the service, maybe Jeffrey and I could put some of them up so we could not have any of them get stepped on. Does that sound like something you could help me with? Okay. Now, as we look at these pictures, I know for the ones I brought, those persons might not be saints. They might not fulfill all the perfections of humanity. However, they were perfectly human. They were flawed. They were ever developing people, and in their perfect humanness, they taught me how to be and who I wanted to be. They helped me learn to reach for connection. They helped me learn to understand the bigger picture of being human. They helped me learn to forgive. They helped me learn how to be better in my daily life. And as they taught me to be perfectly human, I imagine those people that you brought pictures of and whose names you will put on those cards and bring forward were themselves imperfect and perfectly human too. My hope for you is that the love that shines through these photos and in the names and in the memories are those things that guide you and sustain you. And if your heart is still broken because that loss is so near, maybe in time, but also in memory, may you feel gratitude in your heart for those people who mattered to you and know that you mattered to them. It's important to remember, too, that grief has no timetable, does it? We know that the healing process itself has its own steps. Some might have even understood that those steps were linear. I know that at one point I read a book called, from Kubler-Ross, called The Stages of Grief. Now, I know that in my own stages of grief, they were not A to B to C to D. They were A to E and then back around and then looped around. And I remember that moment when my mother had recently passed away. I was walking through the grocery store aisle and I saw a brand of cereal that was the kind that she would always buy. And I just broke down weeping. And I thought to myself, how could the world not know that my mother just died? Time has stopped for me. How come everybody else is just moving forward? I think we all have had these moments where it seems like time stands still, and it seems like there's not a way to move forward, and yet we do. Like in our prayer, the heart beats, knowing that that is its task, to move us forward, day by day, moment by moment. And may it be that love is what calls us forward and moves us through those moments. We're going to start a ritual of remembrance in a minute, and I want us to recall back those words by Reverend Max Coots that reminds us that when lives are born or people die, it is good to mark time when those moments of things standing still happen. And in a faith community where we come together every year in the first Sunday of November to do this ritual, this is a time to hold those who we cherish in our minds. This is a sacred and respectful space for all that comes with grief. And we participate in this ritual together each year. There are candles on each side and bowls of salt. And someone just told me this morning that salt is understood to be a cleansing crystal. May it be a beautiful, soft place for your light to go, and may it bring cleansing and wholeness to you. So if you have cards with names, bring them up and put them on the tables, and we will honor all of those names in a moment. So I invite you now to come forward, and if you would like, why don't we start with this side, and if you're in the middle and you're already up, come on up.
I invite you now to join me in a litany of remembrance. This is a responsive reading. It's number 721, found in the back of the gray hymnal, or it's on the handout that you got when you came in.
I'll start with the first line. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. Say, join with me.
And join with me now. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. All right, that's the part where I'll say together. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. You don't have it? No wonder you weren't doing it.
How interesting. How about if we read They Are Still With Us by Kathleen Mateague? I'll read the first part, and you can read the second. In the struggles we choose for ourselves, in the ways we move forward in our lives, and bring our world forward with us.
It is right to remember the names of those who gave us strength in this choice of living. It is right to name the power of hard lives well lived.
We share a history with those lives. We belong to the same motion.
They too were strengthened by what had gone before. They too were drawn on by the vision of what might come to be.
Those who lived before us, who struggled for justice and suffered injustice before us, have not melted into the dust and have not disappeared.
They are still with us. The lives they lived hold us steady.
Their words remind us and call us back to ourselves. Their courage and love evoke our own. We, the living, carry them with us. We are their voices, their hands, and their hearts.
We take them with us, and with them choose the deeper path of living.
Amen to that. And thank you for your levity and grace offered to me. We're going to sing a closing hymn, Comfort Me. And I'm hoping that I got the name and number right. I think it's number 1003 in the teal hymnal if you would like the music. The 1002? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is like the comedy routine of Reverend Christina's stuff. Oh my goodness. My ancestors are laughing with me. Let's sing together if we would rise together in body or spirit. Our closing words today are that the persons we have loved and lost are always with us, in our minds and in our hearts and in our memories. May we go here today from remembering their precious gift that their lives were to us. May we remember them as perfectly human, always in process, always growing, always changing. May our memories of them bring us to a place of remembering the best that they gave to us, and by learning to put it into context of the complex humanity that we each live in. May we commit to living our lives in a way that passes on the best of who they were, that they loved us into being, and that we may return back that love by who we are each day. And I think Harley has moved on, and so would you put out our chalice today, dear? Tren is joining us. And
we extinguish this chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of commitment, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world until we are together again. And before we close out, Peter, I believe, had and wants to talk about a special event coming up next Saturday that you will not want to miss.
Thank you. I'm Peter Golbitz, a member of the music team here. We have a really special event coming up on Saturday night. Waldo's presents Rise Up and Sing, an evening of songs for justice. And this is not just a musical performance. This is a community building, community bridging event. Children under 12 are welcome as well. We're going to have some popcorn. But we're also going to have wonderful performers. We had a rehearsal on Thursday night with Marty Winkler, a very special artist coming in from Athens who sings pop and jazz songs, and we'll sing some of her originals as well. The musicians of Emerson are going to provide some traditional hymns and some traditional American music. And then we also have a Nothing to Lose duo also singing some protest songs and songs of the 60s and 70s. This is a really special event. Welcome all of you to come. There's more information available on the poster in the narthex. There's a URL. You can buy some advance tickets if you like. It's $15 donation. We're going to have a number of our sharing partners here. As I said, this is just a Rise Up and Sing event to push back against the wave of fear and hate that is overflowing all of us in our community, in our life right now, and this is a way for us to stand up for peace and justice. So I hope to see many of you here on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. We look forward to that. And next Sunday, Reverend Christine will be back in the pulpit again with her message, which is also called Rise Up and Sing. So we look forward to seeing you here next Sunday. And as our service ends, go in peace and take peace wherever you go.